Justice in this country is really out of control, in my opinion. We have legal decisions happening where we find there's little justification for some of them. We actually find that not only that, many of the people who have been found guilty of an offence are again and again and again before the courts. The purpose of a legal system is to take a person who violates society standards and to let them know that what they have done is wrong. And in doing that, we go through a process whereby we try and get that person to do that which is right. That's what the whole legal process should be about. This is called restorative justice. When the person who has violated the community standards gets to learn how to correct that behaviour, how to accept the bad behaviour, how to do what they can to restore the damage which they have done. And in all of that, they themselves become restored so that they themselves will not be involved in those things at all. Of course, the other side of it is we have the victim. The victim is very often the person who goes through the whole process of the court. They're thanked for all that they've done because they've got the conviction, and they are left to fend for themselves. Whatever damage occurred to them has not been addressed. The only thing that has happened is the person has seen the perpetrator potentially suffering some penalty. And yet it must be more than that. Justice must be more than that. Surely the person who has been harmed by somebody in society that goes out of control, we need to take steps to try and restore them. For if we do not, what happens? We see people angry and never able to move on and potentially forgive the person. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy in all cases for people to forgive, but we must create the doorway whereby that forgiveness can flow. Too often outside of a courtroom, when a person is being interviewed as they leave the court and the person has been convicted of a crime, very often we hear the expression, they should rot in hell. Those things, you can see the hurt in their language, you can see it in their faces, you can feel it as you sense what they're going through. And yet we do nothing. We as a community must accept responsibility that we need to restore that damaged person back to society as well. Ideally, it is best if both are restored, and then the society is able to heal the wounds of bad behaviour, whatever it be, no matter how serious or no matter how minor the matter is. I know it is very difficult in many cases to actually fully restore things, but at least we actually have to try. If a person never wants to become compliant to the rules of society, perhaps that person is giving a good reason why that person should never re-enter society. Perhaps our system needs to change to that extent. We all know somebody who has suffered because somebody's done something wrong. We all know somebody who has done something wrong where they have caused suffering to another person. We all know what it's like. Some of us bear the scars of what people have done to us or to our close friends, relatives or family members. Let's start doing it right. Let's try and restore what we used to have. Let's try and restore our society to become a community to be proud of, to be wonderful to be a part of, a supportive community. We can do it. But we actually have to start with a program of restorative justice. We have to start walking on that path. It is a long path. It's not going to be easy. It is a long path. But I'm prepared to assist in taking those first tentative steps so that our correctional services, our detention centres, our jails can actually be really what they are claimed to be. A part of the Department of Corrective Services. Let them be correcting behaviour, not just locking people up for a season and having angrier people back on the streets some years later. Let's start doing it right. I'm Milton Kane, Christian Democratic Party. Thank you.